48 million people are watching Netflix's #1 movie right now. But they're completely missing the hidden manifestation lesson that's hiding in plain sight. Tyler Perry just accidentally created the perfect demonstration of everything Neville Goddard taught about, consciousness creating reality. And I'm about to show you exactly how. This isn't about entertainment. This is about understanding why your mental state literally creates your external circumstances. And Taraji P, Henson's character in Straw, demonstrates this principle so perfectly. It's like Tyler Perry read Neville's lectures and turned them into a psychological thriller. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why sometimes hitting rock bottom is actually the fastest path to manifestation breakthrough. Let me tell you what's happening in this movie that everyone's watching. Janiyah is a single mother, and she's having the worst day of her life. I'm talking about eviction notices, workplace humiliation, sick child, no money, car problems, system failures. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong. But here's what's fascinating from a consciousness perspective. Watch how her external reality perfectly mirrors her internal state. Every single crisis in her outer world reflects the chaos in her inner world. Neville Goddard taught that consciousness is the only reality. What you think and feel consistently becomes your external experience. Now, most people hear this and think it means you just visualize happy thoughts and everything becomes perfect. But that's not how consciousness works. Janiyah's story shows us the darker side of this principle. When you're trapped in a state of overwhelm, desperation, and powerlessness, your outer world reflects that back to you relentlessly. Watch what happens to Janiyah throughout the day. Each crisis makes her feel more desperate. The more desperate she feels, the more desperate situations appear. It's like the universe is responding to her dominant emotional state and saying, "Oh, you feel overwhelmed and powerless? Here's more evidence that you're overwhelmed and powerless." This is consciousness creating reality in real time, but it's creating the reality she doesn't want. But then something incredible happens. Janiyah reaches what she calls her last straw. And this is where Tyler Perry accidentally demonstrates the most profound manifestation principle that most people never understand. Sometimes you have to completely surrender the old state of consciousness before you can access a new one. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before you can push off and swim back up. Here's what's happening in that breaking point moment that most people miss. When Janiyah finally snaps, her consciousness isn't trapped in the victim state anymore. She's not begging or pleading or hoping things will change. In that moment of desperation, she moves into a completely different state of being. She assumes a new identity. She stops asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and starts acting from, "This is what I need, and I'm going to get it." This is pure Neville Goddard. He taught that manifestation isn't about wanting or wishing or trying to convince yourself. It's about assumption. When you assume something is true, when you act from that assumption, reality rearranges itself to match that assumption. Janiyah stops assuming she's powerless and starts assuming she has the power to change her situation. And immediately, her external world begins to shift. Now, I'm not telling you to create crisis in your life to manifest, but there's something powerful we can learn from this. When people are desperate enough, they stop overthinking. They stop planning every detail. They stop trying to control exactly how their manifestation will happen. They just need the result so badly that they assume it must come. This is why desperation sometimes manifests faster than positive thinking. You can access this same state without the drama. The key is learning to feel the relief that your desire is already handled. Not the excitement of getting it someday. Not the hope that maybe it will work. The actual relief that it's already done. When Janiyah shifted, she wasn't hoping for a solution. In that moment, she knew she would get what she needed. That's the state you want to cultivate. Here's the exact technique you can use tonight. Instead of visualizing your desire happening, feel the relief that the problem is already solved. If you want money, don't visualize having money. Feel the relief that your financial stress is over. If you want a relationship, don't visualize the perfect partner. Feel the relief that your loneliness is finished. This relief feeling is the state Janiyah accessed in her breaking point moment. When you do this correctly, something shifts in your energy. You stop vibrating from the frequency of "I need this" and start vibrating from "it's handled." Your nervous system relaxes. Your subconscious mind accepts the new state, and your external reality begins to reorganize itself to match this new assumption. This is exactly what happened to Janiyah, and it's what can happen for you. What Tyler Perry probably doesn't realize is that he's created a perfect case study in consciousness creating reality. Every character in this movie demonstrates different states of consciousness, creating different experiences. Some are trapped in victim consciousness. Some operate from power consciousness. And Janiyah shows us the journey from one state to the other. 48 million people are watching this movie for entertainment, but you now understand the deeper truth. You've seen how consciousness creates reality playing out in real time. The question is, what state of consciousness are you going to choose? Are you going to stay in the state that created your current circumstances? Or are you ready to assume the state that creates your desired reality? If you want to learn the exact step-by-step relief technique I use to shift into the it's already handled state of consciousness, comment the word straw below. I'll send you a free guide that breaks down this technique in detail. And if you want to see more manifestation secrets hiding in popular movies and shows, hit that subscribe button. Because trust me, once you start seeing these principles everywhere, you'll never watch entertainment the same way again.